Most people think being financially ahead means being flashy. Big house, luxury car, expensive vacations posted online. But that's not how real financial progress usually looks. In fact, many people who are quietly ahead don't feel ahead at all. They're not celebrating, they're not showing off. They're just making consistent decisions that compound over time. And today, I want to show you 7 signs you're financially ahead of most people, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. Because financial progress doesn't always feel exciting. Sometimes it feels boring. Sometimes it feels slow. Sometimes it feels invisible. But invisible growth is still growth. Let's get into it. Number 1, you have breathing room. You're not constantly calculating whether your card will decline. You don't panic every time a bill arrives. If your car needs a repair or your laptop breaks, it's inconvenient, but it's not catastrophic. That's breathing room. Most people don't have it. According to surveys, a large percentage of adults would struggle to cover an unexpected $1,000 expense without debt. So, if you have even a small emergency fund, 3 months of expenses, maybe even 1, you're ahead of more people than you realize. Rich Rachel has $15,000 in savings. When her fridge stops working, she replaces it and moves on. Stressed Sam has $200 in checking. The same repair becomes a credit card balance that lingers for years. Breathing room isn't glamorous, it's powerful. Number 2, you live below your means and it doesn't hurt your ego. This one is huge. If you can afford more but choose not to inflate your lifestyle, you're ahead. You don't need the newest phone. You don't need the luxury trim package. You don't need to upgrade just because you can. You've disconnected your identity from your spending. Rich Rachel makes $85,000 and lives comfortably on $60,000. The gap goes to investments. Lifestyle Leo makes $85,000 and spends $90,000 trying to look successful. One builds options, the other builds pressure. If you don't feel the urge to prove your income, that's a quiet level up most people never reach. Number 3, you think long-term automatically. When you hear about a hot investment trend, your first instinct isn't excitement, it's caution. When the market dips, you don't panic sell. When you get a raise, you think about investing, not upgrading. You think in years, maybe decades. Most people think in weekends. Rich Rachel invests $400 a month into boring index funds and rarely checks her account. Flashy Frank jumps between crypto, options, and whatever is trending. 20 years later, consistency wins. If your mindset has shifted from quick wins to slow compounding, you're ahead psychologically and financially. Number 4, you don't compare your financial life to social media. Comparison keeps people broke. Someone buys a new SUV, someone takes a trip to Bali, someone moves into a luxury apartment. If your reaction is neutral or even detached, that's growth. You understand that visible wealth and real wealth are different. You know that many luxury lifestyles are financed by debt, not freedom. If you can see someone's purchase without feeling behind, you've escaped one of the biggest traps in modern finance. That alone puts you ahead. Number 5, money doesn't dominate your thoughts anymore. This one is subtle. When you're financially unstable, money is constant mental noise. Can I afford this? Will this clear? What if something goes wrong? But when you build systems, automated savings, controlled spending, predictable investing, money fades into the background. You don't obsess over your balance daily. You don't chase every side hustle out of fear. Your finances run quietly. And that quiet is a sign of progress. Financial peace is not flashy. It's boring. And boring is powerful. Quick pause. If you're recognizing yourself in even 1 or 2 of these, you're probably doing better than you think. And if you like content that breaks money down without hype or fake guru energy, you can subscribe. It helps more than you think. Now let's continue. Number 6, you value time more than things. This is a major shift. Early on, people chase income. Later, they start chasing freedom. If you're thinking about flexibility, remote work, schedule control, fewer obligations, that's a wealth mindset.
You might pay for convenience, you might automate tasks, you might say no to extra income if it costs too much time. That doesn't mean you're lazy, it means you understand time is finite. Rich Rachel pays for help cleaning her apartment so she can spend Saturday resting or learning. Burned out Ben saves every dollar but has no free time and constant stress. Money is a tool. If you're using it to buy time instead of just things, you're ahead. Number 7, you take ownership instead of making excuses. This one separates people dramatically. When something goes wrong financially, do you blame the economy, your boss, your upbringing, or do you ask, what can I control here? Ownership changes everything. It doesn't ignore challenges, it just refuses to surrender to them. If you say, that's not a priority for me right now, instead of, I can't afford that, you're ahead. If you adjust your spending instead of justifying it, you're ahead. If you track your numbers instead of avoiding them, you're ahead. Ownership creates momentum. Excuses create stagnation. Here's the truth most people don't realize. Being financially ahead rarely feels like winning. There's no moment where fireworks go off. There's no day where you suddenly feel rich. Progress feels quiet. It feels like skipping small temptations. It feels like saying no. It feels like doing the boring thing consistently. And if you've built breathing room, if you live below your means, if you think long-term, if you don't compare, if money feels calm, if you value time, if you take ownership, you are ahead. Maybe not flashy, maybe not viral, but ahead. And over 10, 20, 30 years, that quiet edge becomes massive. Most people don't fall behind because they're incapable. They fall behind because they underestimate small habits. You didn't. And that's why you're closer than you think. Keep going, because if it doesn't feel like you're ahead yet, you probably are, just quietly. And that's exactly how real wealth grows.